They ain't gonna like this one.
What up, world? It's your boy X, and I'm here with my little brother, man. We gonna be out here talking about AEW big business. Tonight, it was a big flop for me. We saw the girl, aka my number one wrestler forever, Queen Bey, the legit boss, Sasha Banks, aka now known as CEO, Mercedes Money. And yeah, she came out, she did her thing, it was cool. But Tony, why the fuck you did not bring out my girl at the end? Like, you already spoiled the debut. You started off the show with her. We know you want this big pop. We know you want to crack 1 million from Bang Bang Theory for the ratings and stuff, but this was not it. And then you already kind of knew, since the main event was freaking Willow Nightingale versus Rio, that Sasha was going to return and try to interfere or do something to the girl who took her out and put her on the stretcher. What do you think, little bro?
I thought it was good. I love the theme song. She got a lot of crowd pop. Not just the theme, she came out, she looked good. The promo was awesome too. Everybody was feeling it. I don't really see a problem with it. But I will say, the same as you, I think that they really did mess up her debut by having it be a little bit too obvious that she was coming. But I like that she started off the show. It was a strong start. It was how I liked it. She did her thing.
So now after we go from the debut of CEO Mercedes Moné in AEW, a business, we then have the next match will be Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship in the second match, well, the first match for the night. How you think about that one?
That one was really good. They both put on a really great show. But the only complaint that I have is we're going to have to take the belt off my boy Joe. Swerve is really hot right now, and this momentum is going to die down if they don't capitalize on it. They put on a good match, but Samoa Joe is already an established star. And also, I feel like Wardlow also has a long way to go before he even gets in the title picture. But it is cool that he had a title match, but like, I think it's time for him to go away from it, and we could give this spotlight to Swerve. We shouldn't just be waiting for the pay-per-view. We need to have him coming out on top. I like the finish of the match, but at the same time, we should have gotten the beat down on Joe by Swerve so he could have been standing over him and he could have picked up the belt and let him know that he's a threat. We shouldn't have him walking away and laughing at him, making it look like he's a joke. He needs to be taken seriously.
Yeah, I'm with you on Swerve. Like, Swerve, the hottest wrestler in AEW now since MJF is injured, and y'all are missing the point. AEW, like, this dude is coming out here, top rope, catch a dive, catch a foot, wanna dry hand. Prince Nanu, they've been the hottest thing in AEW for the last 6 months, almost a year now. And like I said, y'all should have had the reveal of the devil be the Mobile Embassy and Swerve Strickland. Not the predictable Adam Cole, who's injured, sidelined, and these Ring of Honor bums and jabronis, Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, Roger Strong is the only one I like after a bunch. But this Undisputed Kingdom, this ain't it. This is the big flop. AEW don't know how to book groups. Y'all don't know how to handle stables, and y'all don't know how to create stars or manage stars that ain't self-made. Y'all losing the spark with Swerve, and it's time, to either put that ball on him by next week, or just, let his contract expire and go back to the promised land, which is WWE.
I agree. It's being wasted. His potential is totally being wasted. He's coming out here and he's not bringing it to Joe. He's not looking like a threat. He got choked out and then he just got laughed at and he didn't make no noise. We need people to make some noise. We need him to stand, like I said earlier, we need him to be standing above Joe and looking like a threat to him. But he don't even look like a threat. So, you know what I mean? Everything is just wasted. I want to see what their plans are for this big finish, like when he wins the belt, because I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I don't even think they know what the fuck's going on. They're just making shit up on the spot, and it's not working for me. But up next, we had a promo by the Young Bucks coming down the escalator and shit. Today was, which one is it? Matt, right? Matt's birthday and stuff. And then they like tell the interviewer to sing happy birthday. Like Okada came out. I didn't really care much for it. Just some random. I was like, okay. What do you think?
The Young Bucks to me at one point in time was the world's best tag team in wrestling, in all of wrestling. But like, I see the criticism and the hate. It's kind of warranted. Like when they get on TV now, like this EVP gimmick ain't it. Like we know y'all trying to embrace y'all character, but y'all really showing y'all the world the true assholes that y'all were backstage. And I could see these motherfuckers out here keeping up that shit with CM Punk, which is the reason why we're in the predicament of AEW and the downfall of AEW to begin with, because of these young cucks. These dudes out here, you guys out here looking like straight up clowns to me and shit, bro. Like, you guys could wrestle your ass off and shit for sure. I'll give it to you.
True.
You guys are one of the best tag teams till to this day. But as far as the gimmick, as far as personalities go, like the promos aren't there. I see what they mean by spot fest now. Like, I was a big Young Bucks fan, but like I'm coming to the light, and these guys, I don't want to say they suck, but like you guys looking like one trick ponies, and like I done seen this story about 20 times with you guys. So can we please switch it up?
Yeah, this EVP thing is really not working for me. And I know I'm probably gonna sound like a hater, but I don't see the hype behind Okada. Do you see the hype behind Okada? We paid this man, well, they paid him $14.5 million to come out here and just do a fucking clothesline. That's crazy to me. This move is something that anybody can easily kick out of, like especially somebody the size of Eddie Kingston. That put him away. Like, wow, this is the big finishing move. And the best wrestler, I'm not seeing it. Same thing with the Bucks. We're the best in the world. But who said that?
Who said what?
That they were the best. Them? I don't see it. They don't suck, but like they're good in the ring, but like these promos definitely aren't there. There's no reason to watch. This was not a highlight. Every time that they come on my TV, I just want to turn it off. And Okada, I'm also not seeing the hype behind him too. Whatever. Up next we have after that the promo they had a match. Did you like the match? It was the Bucks and Okada versus Eddie, Neville, and Pentagon. It was a good match. I liked it, but like I said, the finishing move with him, I expected a better finisher from him. I thought he would have been like doing like a splash off the top rope or something. But it's not a finisher. It's not a good finisher to me. I feel like I expect more from him, especially with the amount of money that he was paid and all the praise that he's been getting from being in Japan. What do you think?
The match itself was good. I like the Young Bucks plus Okada, aka the New Elite, going over. It gives them a needed momentum. The ending did give some kind of heat to Okada and stuff, but like, is it all gonna be worth it? Is this what you guys wanted to do? You guys wanted the Okada to align with the Elite. You guys wanted the Okada to tag team with the Young Bucks, who people don't care for. As soon as they get on TV, you guys stop cheering. You guys probably are going to the bathrooms. Like, it's the same spot. It's the same super kick party. It's the same splashes. It's the same V triggers. I think Okada should have gotten into a feud with somebody else. I think Okada should have debuted at Big Business and not the week before. I like the move. I like the signings, but also being the highest paid wrestler in all of wrestling.
Higher than Roman and higher than Brock.
I feel like they need to treat this man like a megastar. You guys should have had him come out in a limo. Should have had him open the show, come in the middle of the show. Like, you should have did a tag team with Pac and Penta and that tag team versus Young Bucks, and to have him swerve the young Pac and Penta act like, you know, like stop a post-match beatdown by Young Bucks, and it helped them, and then made the heel turn. But like, you guys jumped the gun too early. I don't think Okada should be aligned with the Young Bucks. The match was okay, but I guess Okada's finna go after Eddie Kingston for the Triple Crown Championship. Is this what we're doing? You know?
I guess so, but I agree with what you said about him not shouldn't be aligned with the Bucks. Personally, I feel like they had a really good baby. I don't know what he was like in Japan, so I can't say what he was like, but like I feel like they had a good baby face on their hands. He made his debut. He got his little pop. Everybody's oh shit, it's Okada. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck he is, but everybody seemed to like him. They probably could have had to be like a really big baby face, and nobody likes the Young Bucks. I'm sorry, but the reaction from the crowd isn't there. People online don't like them. They're very unlikable people in the ring. I mean, not in the ring, but outside of the ring. and putting this new guy who was a star and making all this money and getting all this buzz with the most hated people, they probably think, we're gonna get some great heel pop with this guy. People, they love him, they're gonna love us. Or like, I feel like this was to help boost them up. But in reality, it not took everybody down a notch. It took the company down a notch, and it took Okada down a notch. This was a bad move. Bad business. Up next, we have Adam Copeland and Christian Cage in a promo to lead up to their feud and their I Quit match coming up next week.
Christian versus Copeland. Been there, done that.
Seen it
I love
before.
both of these guys, but this is the last thing I wanted to see was Edge. Like, Edge was out here in all interviews talking about, like, naming everybody for the AEW roster that he can make magic and spark with and go, toe-to-toe with that are never seen before matches. And the first thing he does when it comes to AEW is, interjects himself into a match with his best friend and his, tag team partner, one of his closest rivals, like Edge. You just contradicted yourself. You just came across as a hypocrite. Both of you guys are old. You guys probably gonna be in AEW for another 3 years. I didn't want to see the Edge and Christian storyline this early. I wanted to see it down the line. I wanted to see Edge have his story and come to AEW and do some other stuff that we weren't expecting him to do. He instantly came to AEW and thrown himself in with Christian. It's like, bro, you already did this with WWE. Y'all debuted around together. Y'all were in the brew. We need to, if the point was you guys are gonna come, have this last hurrah, and ride to sunset with the tag team championships. That should have came down, a year or two later, 6 months down the line, probably around this time now. But instead, we got Edge versus Christian for 6 months. It's Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage 3, TNT titles. You got two big former world champions fighting for a mid-card belt at the end of their prime, on the other side of the career. And I'm just not a fan of it and stuff, bro. I'd rather see Edge versus Ricky Starks. I'd rather see Christian versus Daniel Garcia. We need to see these dudes match against other people and stuff, I'm cool with, Edge versus Christian. This is like a one-off and stuff, for 1 week. But as a feud, I'm not interested. No.
I agree, and not to mention the highlight reel that they showed, that was horrible.
We're supposed to be excited for this big build-up for this I Quit match. What did we see? Oh, the same shit that we saw last week. He attacks Christian, and then Christian flees away in the car. And then they just show a bunch of photos of them in high school and when they were younger and when they got into their first wrestling company. It was a very lackluster build. There wasn't much to cheer for. We've seen this before. And like you just said, this whole thing, ultimately, I think that the end of their AEW career and their last couple matches in general will be them riding off into the sunset as a tag team and probably vacating them like Sting and Darby did. So I understand why they're having them feud first, so then eventually they'll become a tag team and then they'll win the gold. Because I think pretty sure that's where it's headed. But they haven't really done much to entertain us. We probably could have got some more matches. Where's the storytelling? You guys are relying on old stories to make us interested, but where's their AEW storyline? He just randomly oh, Christian, you're in AEW too, you're my best friend. And Christian's hey, screw you, fuck you. And now they're in a feud. I feel like they could have done a better build to this and maybe have, Christian lead Edge on and make them, try to tag team or some shit. I don't know, honestly, because I feel like I don't really want to see them together. I already knew that they were going to be tag champions in AEW, even though that's not where they're at right now. Obviously, that's where he's going to be in the future. But like you said, I want to see them fight other people, because this is kind of played out seeing them fight each other again. So honestly, I just can't wait for this feud to be over with. We all know Edge is going to come out on top. I'd be surprised if Chris comes out on top, but I don't really care. So yeah. Up next, we have Will Ospreay cutting a promo on not on Daniel Bryan, but he's cutting a promo and talking about the match that he's going to have with Daniel Bryan and how he's, very excited and all the love and admiration that he's been getting and how great he's been doing. And I think he's been doing really good. I like Will Ospreay. I don't know much about him in his wrestling in Japan. This is the first that I've ever seen of him. He's a very likable guy. He has a great look. He has a cool entrance theme. And, he seems like he's very well liked outside of the ring. He has a great moveset. He has potential. I could totally see him, as a big AEW star and a future champion. But the problem I have with him is he's doing so well right now. Eventually, he's going to be the guy everybody wants to see. in the big title picture, like I said. So, right now, Swerve Scott, he's really hot, and people want to see him get the title opportunity. So when they're not capitalizing on Swerve, his momentum and his crowd reaction, they want to see. If they don't capitalize on Swerve right now, it's going to be too late. And by the time he gets the belt, everybody's going to want Will to have the belt. And that's going to be bad for the company, because you want to capitalize and make these moves right now. As soon as people want the belt off somebody, you take the belt off of them. As soon as somebody is hot and people want them to be champion, that's when you put the belt on him. Right now, I like Samoa Joe. He's a great wrestler, but he's already established. Why does he have the belt? He's already been everywhere. He's already accomplished everything. The person who needs to have the belt, the person who's really hot, who's getting the biggest crowd pop every time they come out, with Swerve Scott. Everybody's singing his song. Everybody's doing his dance. They love his matches. They love him on the mic. We want to see him on top. We've seen Samoa Joe on top of TNA. We've seen him in WWE doing his thing. He's been around the world. He's done it all. Swerve has never been the champion of a company before, of a big company, and this is where he needs to be. He needs to be where Joe is at. And then when that is over, we need to give the belt to Will, because right now at Will, he's beloved, and he's going to put on a great match between Daniel Bryan, also known as Bryan Danielson, and then he's going to only get hotter from there, and his star power is going to keep going up. And the more he keeps going up, people are going to forget about Swerve.
I agree. Will Ospreay is probably one of the best wrestlers, if not at least top 5 bare minimum in ring ability. Will Ospreay can do things I haven't seen before. Will Ospreay, he has potential to be a megastar in AEW. You saw there was a bidding war for him, so clearly everybody understands his talent and his value. The fans were behind him for tonight. I think that great things are to come for Will Ospreay in the future, and maybe even the present. But right now, like I said earlier, Swerve, it's Swerve's time. AEW, you guys barely know how to create your own stars. The fact that you got somebody here, in the making, that's really self-made, got himself over, and has forced you guys to use him and utilize him properly. You guys are missing the point. You guys need to take advantage. MJF just went out with injury. MJF had all the charisma and talent. That's another person who you guys didn't make a star. He made himself a star. You guys aren't really good at doing this. WWE, NXT already got they just made Tiffy. Tiffy's been made. Carmelo Hayes, Trick Williams. They got people in the minor leagues who are potential future superstars and champions. Braun Breaker could instantly become Money in the Bank when he become world champion by the end of this year. They got stars on top of stars. You guys barely got and all your stars are either ex-WWE stars, now they're AEW stars just because they're ex-WWE stars. You guys, when it comes to making stars, are not good at that. So when you got a big fish right now in Swerve, and he is going and the whole world is feeding into it, you guys need to take advantage. I love Samoa Joe. Great wrestler. Been there, done that. He's old. He's had his time to shine. It's good that you guys are paying respect. The storyline with MJF was all right, but it's Swerve's time. And now Swerve's time is kind of ticking, and I feel like the buzz is kind of dying down. And none of this storyline is not making any sense. So he faces Small Joe in a triple threat where he doesn't even lose a match because Heyman taps out. And then next week, which is today, Swerve has to sit on the sidelines and let Wardlow get a championship match. And now y'all just let Wardlow lose. So what's going on with Wardlow?
You forgot about the match that they tag team last week, actually.
Oh, and then you guys had a filler tag team match with Swerve and Samoa Joe versus Undisputed Kingdom. You guys it's too many people in this world title picture when it's really only supposed to be Swerve. It should have been Swerve versus MJF. You guys should have had MJF lose the title to Swerve and had Mogul Embassy be the devil. But you guys fucked that up and you gave it to Adam Cole. And Adam Cole is not healed. You guys should have went a different direction. This is not good business. This is bad business. This is not big business. It's bad business. You guys had an easy-ass storyline to follow through. And you guys chose the wrong route.
They fucked it up.
Now we have Samoa Joe, the Undisputed Kingdom. Y'all just threw Hangman Adam Page in here. And now Swerve. It's too many people in this. It's too many people, man. It's too many chefs in the kitchen right now. I just want Swerve. I really don't even want Swerve and Samoa Joe because I feel like they were both heels and the chemistry, the big guy versus the skinny, I don't feel like the matchmaking is good right there. Swerve's, it's been dragging to get this man the title and stuff. You guys are fucking up, man. You guys are seriously fucking up.
Yeah, it's taking too long. They better do something about it before it's too late. Up next, we have a promo by the self-proclaimed virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. I honestly couldn't have cared less when she came on the screen. I don't know who this girl is, and I don't know why she even got into the title picture in the first place. I've been reading some stuff online, watching videos, and they said that she was TNA Women's Champion, and that she just came here and inserted herself into the title picture. But here is my question. Where are the stars? Where the fuck is Britt Baker? Where is Paige? I mean, they're probably injured or something, but like, holy shit, where are the stars? I don't think there's any reason to care for this. I don't care, honestly. I don't even like Tony Storm's gimmick, to be honest with you. This is this is bad. I'm not invested. What do you think?
Deonna Purrazzo, she's actually solid in the ring. She's a great technician. Her character, she's okay. But Tony, like, it's almost like I said, it's a big fish in a small pond right now. And that small pond in AEW, this women's division is looking pretty thin. There's no Jade because Jade's gone. You guys, Thunder Rosa just came back, but where the hell is she at? I already see Thunder Rosa versus Tony. Soraya's out here tag teaming with Rio, which is tag teaming on Collision, which is tag teaming on Rampage, and then some freaking love storyline with Mario and Luigi. Who else we have?
I don't have
Julia Hart is with Sky Blue fighting for, TBS championships. It's like, who do you guys really have? Now that Mercedes Moné came to this division, it's like you guys just finally got another star. Because everybody else out there, you guys like Taya Valkyrie, she was a former TNA Women's Champion. You guys dropped her out. Madison Rain, she's a former TNA Women's Champion. You guys got her in the back coaching and getting her ass whooped by Deonna Purrazzo and shit.
And I'm pretty sure she's injured because she got dropped on her fucking head, so she's most likely gone out of action. But another thing I forgot to mention is like you said earlier, Jade had left. The thing is, Sasha Banks should have been inserted into this title picture. Actually, she should have called out Tony and been making waves, but they have her fighting for the mid-card belt, I assume, because now she's beating up Julia and aligning herself with Riho and Willow. I like her debut. Her debut was amazing, but I don't like the people that she has aligned herself with. She is above this, and she needs to be headed for the top. She doesn't have time to. This is Sasha Banks. She is a women's champion. It's like what are we doing? She's a star. She's known worldwide. She is a huge star, and she's over here not making any noise. She had an amazing debut, but now she's over here. She should be making waves. She should be putting herself on the map. This like, oh, she's gonna elevate this division, this and that. Not at the pace that they've put her in with these girls who still have a lot to prove. She needs to be up here fighting Deonna Purrazzo and taking her spot away and fighting Tony for the main belt, not for the fucking mid-card women's belt. She's of this, and it's a very botched move, honestly, on their part. And like, all the stars are gone. Where Jamie Hayter's injured and shit. They have no star power. Sasha cannot save this division. This division is dead. They fucked up with Britt Baker. Britt Baker was carrying this company on her fucking back while she was injured, coming up here in the fucking wheelchair, and had more star power than these girls that can fucking walk. And they messed up with her. She might end up leaving and going to WWE. This division is hopeless. It's very hopeless. If they don't care, I don't care. Next up, we have Jay White versus Darby Allin. This match was amazing, but I don't like the way that they ended it. I guess it had to end that way so they could write Darby off TV so he could give himself time to heal. I didn't really care much for the Bang Bang Scissor Gang breaking up, but I do like, this was a good match. Honestly, I probably would have liked to see Jay White show some respect to Darby, but like I said, I know why they did what they did so they could write Darby off TV. It was a good match. I see a lot of potential in Jay White. I really like him. I really like Darby. It was cool. I'm excited to see Darby come back on TV and see these two guys have a really great feud. What do you think?
I wasn't that big of a fan of Darby Allin just because I just saw him as a little daredevil and a little stunt machine. But that spot with him doing a swanton bomb through the glass and the psychology of him coming back towards the end of the match, hitting the coffin drop with the messed up back with the glass shattered in the side of the back and a bloody back. It's like when Randy Orton fought Cactus Jack back in Royal Rumble when he took the RKO, but Big Foley reversed and threw him on the tack. It's like, these are where stars are born. Like, Darby been a star, like, because I always seen him do stunts before, but I just wasn't a fan, because I feel like I feel like AEW is just one big spot show, and I feel like Darby was one of the people who was like freaking running away with that into the sunset. Like he was like being the ringleader for that. But Darby, this like he's a great wrestler, has the best selling because he's the smallest guy in the room. But like he earned stripes with me, and I really respect that man. He's a great wrestler. I see the hype. He's pretty cool. It's sad that he's gonna be written off TV, but time off, well deserved for him. Come back, heal up, Darby. Hopefully, we can throw you into a title picture or something. Get you, some more clout, some more hype. Some more respect on your name. But Bang Bang Scissor Gang, I already knew this shit was gonna be like this since they first aligned. It's cool, but Jay White is like a solo star. He should at least be a mid-card champion at the bare minimum. This 6-man tag championship, this is not really for him. Like, he could do better with a singles title, like the Continental Classic, like the belt that Orange Cassidy just lost to freaking, who did Orange Cassidy lose?
He lost it to Roderick Strong.
Yeah, that belt could have been used for Jay White. But once again, you guys are dropping the ball. You guys are choosing the wrong people. Tony, you're playing favorites with the wrong people, as always. And in return, the wrong superstars are getting pushed, and other superstars are losing credibility and aren't getting the proper momentum or spotlight or shine that they deserve. And Jay White is one of them suffering this shit.
Yeah. Not getting people while they're hot, while they're over, and eventually their hype is going to die down. And not only that, once their hype dies down, you know what's going to happen? To WWE. Especially now that Vince is gone and Triple H is making a lot of people's dreams come true and getting people to where they want and where they need to be. They're going to, if you fumble them, WWE is going to do right. And everybody's already planning to jump. Jade, Britt Baker might be going, MJF might be going. Because I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with MJF, but he was recently seen around a lot of WWE superstars. He had photos. I don't remember what the event was. Do you remember what the event was? He went to like this screening
The
or
Iron
something.
Claw, I believe.
Yeah, and he was taking photos with John Cena, Liv Morgan. He was around all these WWE guys. So he's unhappy at his job. Triple H is gonna hurry up and he's gonna snatch him. And if they lose MJF, then you're fucked. Because he was one of you guys' biggest stars and one of the reasons to watch. And if he goes to WWE, that's going to be more viewers to WWE. You're in competition. You don't want the competition to take somebody who was helping elevate you guys. You guys should have been making AEW look like it's the A show, but instead you guys have been booking it like the B show, signing people who are WWE rejects, and everybody's just coming here for a paycheck so they could go back to WWE. Nobody is looking at AEW like it's the major leagues. That's exactly why Jade Cargill left. Everybody coming to AEW knows that WWE is the big leagues, and that's where they see their future. Nobody's coming to AEW, but I want to stay here for the next 5 years. Every single person who's in AEW right now wants to end their career in WWE, but some of them know that they're not going to cut it, and that's the only reason why they're here. Sasha Banks recently said in an interview that she has unfinished business in WWE, and she wants to go back, and she's going to be back there one day. She knows that this AEW is just a fluke and a second rate, you know what I mean, watered down version of WWE. And once her time is done and she gets that big fat payday, Mercedes Moné is back as Sasha Banks, and she's going to come back to WWE bigger than ever. And they're just going to end up looking stupid. I mean, congratulations on signing her right now and getting this little buzz and this little pop. But at the end of the day, you should want yourself to be the A show. And this company is looking like a joke. Up next, we have Chris Jericho tag teaming with Hook against, I don't even know the names of the people that they fought. Do you know?
Something about the Gates or something.
I couldn't care less about
Gates
this match.
Maga.
I do not care about this match. Did you care?
It's the two dudes from Mogul Embassy and stuff, and like, I don't even know why Swerve's running around with those clowns, bro. Like, don't nobody even care about them. The big wild Samoan guy, I guess he's supposed to be a badass. I guess he's supposed to be tough, but I saw him like a couple of weeks of losing to somebody clean, and the person was like half his size. I'm like, he sucks. They just lost. Who did they just fight? Jericho and
I'm
Hook?
pretty sure I saw this motherfucker losing the small ass dudes on Elevation or something a long time ago, and he just got his ass whooped by Hook, and Hook looked like he just got fucking hurt carrying his ass. This whole, it's a mess. What the fuck is going on with Chris Jericho? They don't know it's so random. It's just like going to a fucking WWE video game and you just press Chris Jericho and then pick a random person for him to fight. Last week we had him fight some random dude from Japan that nobody even knows about. Oh, I had history with your dad, so I want to wrestle you. And now he's doing the same shit with Hook. Oh, I fought Taz like 20 years ago. I respect him, so now I want to be in a tag match with you. Nobody asked for this tag match. Nobody cared about who they were fighting. It was random, and I guarantee you that nobody watched this and said, this is it was a good match, but like, who really cared? Who had this on their checklist? And now next week we got to see Jericho fight Hook. Who asked for this? Who's booking? What the fuck is going on?
Well, I know who's booking it.
It's shit. It's bad. Nobody cares about this. Nobody asked for it. Why is Hook beating dudes that are twice his size? Brian Cage was fucking jobbed out over this belt that nobody gives two shits about. And they're hyping Hook up. Hook came out to a dead crowd. I like Hook. Nobody cheered for him. And your FTW champion, Hook. Silence. Crickets. Jericho comes out. Crickets. The other guys come out. Crickets. This was a piss break.
I don't see the hype with Hook at all, man. Yeah, he's Taz's son, but he's not Taz, so I don't even care. Like, coming out to Action Bronson with the theme song, coming out here with these, like, boxer shorts, the saying less than 10 words, supposed to be a badass, but you look like a twig. Like, the big hair, like, coming out in hoodies and wearing backpacks and stuff. Like, what is his gimmick? What's his character? Like, he's supposed to be some silent bro, first off, that's your dad's title. This is not even a real championship. Like, I feel like that's the biggest thing holding him back is that FTW championship. Like,
right,
I heard the other week on AEW, the freaking it was either Excalibur or Tony Schiavone. Or like, it's not even recognized as an official AEW belt. So walking around with your dad's title that you defend only like every 2 months and win and haven't been lost yet, it's like, this doesn't impress me. Nothing that Hook has done has impressed me. Same thing how I said about Darby Allin, when I didn't see the hype. I see the hype now, and I was wrong about Darby. I came to the light, but I will not change my stance on Hook. Hook has not earned his stripes. Hook hasn't put on 5-star matches and stuff. Hook may be a badass to you guys, but he's not a badass to me. The mic work is not there. The 5 words or less. Hoodies and book bags looking like a high schooler and stuff. You're a grown man, bro. Your dad was a badass.
You guys are the same age.
Like, bro, toughen up. Do something extreme. Go drop this title and what's your real title and shit. Apparently, because yours is not even being, viewed or deemed as a world championship.
The only person trying to fight for this shit is Brian Cage. And he just fucking
right.
lost.
And Ricky Starks or anybody who was associated with Taz. And now you're fighting with Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho versus Hook is going to be bad for Hook. Because when Chris Jericho gets on a microphone, well, there's 2 things are going to be bad from this. Number 1, the matches itself are going to be bad because Chris Jericho cannot move the scene. He's breaking down.
Very stiff.
It's a flop fest. Yeah. It's going to be horrific. Yeah. That's number 1. But on the other spectrum, when Chris Jericho gets on the mic, it's going to be good for him and real bad for Hook because he won't be able to hang in that ring. And unless Hook has Taz come out from that announcer desk and interfere in the match and put Chris Jericho in the chokehold and do a Chris Jericho versus Team Taz, Father Taz and Baby Hook.
Oh no, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see Taz. Can Taz even move the same? Can Taz move the same? I haven't seen him wrestle in years. Jesus Christ.
This is what it's gonna lead up to. Chris Jericho versus Hook.
This booking is championship. Horrible. Get rid of it. Scrap it. Take the match off. The fact that this is even happening just goes to show the state that the company's in, and not to mention to say what you said, to elaborate on what you said earlier. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing with Hook. He was in a tag team with Danhausen. Then he was in a tag team with Jungle Boy. And now we have this feud between him and Chris Jericho, which is so random. I mean, it's not a feud yet, but like, I hope this isn't where they're going. They need to get these two away from each other. Chris Jericho was a star. He was a main eventer. AEW has watered this man down so bad. It's like he's not even the same person anymore. I used to love Jericho when I was younger. This AEW run is so stale and it's so bad. It's just a bunch of random shit. He won the championship. That was good. But after he lost that, there's nothing important ever came out of it since. His booking is so shitty. I don't want to see him on TV anymore. He doesn't move the same. Even his promos have gotten lame. And I don't even like his new theme song. He's not getting any crowd pop either. And especially in teaming with Hook or being around him isn't going to get you any pop. Hook was over when he first debuted and when he first turned like face and shit. But that was like years ago and nobody cares really. He came out to a dead crowd. There's not much to say about it. Nobody cares about Hook. People are losing interest in Jericho. What do? Put two people that nobody cares about in a tag team. That'll make them care. No, it won't. Nothing can save this. Up next, we have a segment with Kyle O'Reilly saying the same shit that he said last week. I couldn't even wrestle 2 years ago and now I'm back. Kyle! From Roderick Strong. Do you want us to help you? No, I do not. I want to be a solo star now. Okay. I can see them jumping him, but you want to know something? I don't care.
Kyle O'Reilly, is that his name?
Yep.
Dude from NXT.
Yep.
One of the 4 members from Undisputed Era. He was actually really outside of Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly was my favorite because I like the kickboxer gimmick and stuff. Kyle O'Reilly and the predictability of AEW is just horrible. Like, the one thing I don't like about my wrestling is knowing what is gonna happen before it happens. Like, you guys have a creative team. You guys have storylines. You guys have different minds. The last thing I need to do is be able to see the outcome and shit. You know, like Kyle O'Reilly coming back, and one of the things he does is go straight into contemplating about, does he affiliate himself with the Undisputed Kingdom or does he go on his own way? So he comes out to tell them that they're his boys, but he has to be on his own. Like, why even pop out? Why even interfere? Why even interject? Same thing with the Edge shit. Like, Edge, that was not needed. Kyle O'Reilly, if you knew that you were going to come back to wrestling, but you didn't want to do it with your friends, why even bother to, like, interfere? Now they want you to come back and team up with them. Like, I just don't got no interest for it, man. I just don't have the interest. Who cares? I certainly don't.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say because I don't care. And up next, we had a backstage segment where Riho was just in the back chilling, preparing for her match, and then Mercedes comes up and she says, I'll be watching a match tonight. And then it leads us into, after that it was the match with Hook, but we already explained that because, like, there's no point in, talking about the segment and then saying the match between Jericho and go back to the segment. So after they do that whole thing or whatever, it leads into the match between Willow and Riho. And this was the main event. This is what people waited almost 2 hours to see. Somebody who could easily beat Riho in like 30 seconds in a squash match ends up taking 15 minutes to beat her. Who asked to see this match? Who asked this to be the main event? Everything that happened in the show should have happened in the opposite order. This should have been the first match. The main event should have been Wardlow and motherfucking Samoa Joe. This match was a huge waste of time, and Mercedes Moné coming out here to defend Willow against Julia Hart was a bad move. Sasha Banks is a beloved heel, and that's when she's at her best. She would have gotten a much bigger pop if she came out there and she whooped Willow's ass, especially after she injured her too. That would have made people go crazy. She just cut this promo. Oh, it's so good to be back. I love you guys, Boston. I'm gonna make this division, something else. And then she comes out here and she's destroying everybody. Not just taking out Willow and shit. She should have tried to end Willow's career. She should have, because of you, bitch, you tried to end me. I'll fuck you up, stuff like that. She should have got, after she was done with her, she should have took out Riho too. She should have ragdolled both of them. After they both had an intense, grueling match, she should have came out there with a chair and started swinging on everybody. They should have had to escort her. Like, what the hell has gotten into Mercedes? Oh man, she's out for blood. And even though I still don't want to see her align with them, because I want to see her in a bigger feud than with Willow and Riho. I'm sorry, but I don't see the hype between either of those women, and I don't see them as top stars. And I see Mercedes as, this is downgrading. This is a major downgrade from what she was doing in WWE. I understand that the bag is good, but this is kind of like a waste of your time, and you could be doing better than this. No amount of money would ever get me to put myself in a position to go against mid-carders like this. Sasha Banks is a star, and this is just hindering. This is a waste of time because she could be doing this against bigger stars. These women are not stars. I'm sorry, but I just don't see the hype behind Riho. She is too small to be beating the people that she has been beating. Chris Statlander literally she was contemplating on using the brass knuckles, and she was like, what, like 50 pounds bigger than this girl? She could easily drop her like. There's just nothing to care about. This was Mercedes' big debut, and it felt very flat at the end. I like what they were doing in the beginning, but at the end, I just don't care for it.
Like I said from earlier before, AEW, bad business. Book it, Tony Khan.
He already booked bad business. We just watched with our own 2 eyes. Everything has been bad business.
I couldn't have said it better myself, but you guys it's getting late. We said all that we could have said, and AEW bad business. It's in for the books.
It's in the shitter.
Until next week, you guys. Actually, you know what? We'll probably cover this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. We'll probably do a quick review after the show. It'll either be posted on Friday night, same night, or we'll probably upload it on Saturday. But anyways, you guys stay tuned. Bye-bye, world. These are your boys. This is the BackLash Podcast, and we out.
Peace.